I've worked a lot of jobs in my life, and I'm telling you, if the cops ever show up, someone's going to panic and someone's going to look guilty. So, me and a couple of helpers pull into a gas station. We were on break from a construction job that we were all on. We, we got our usual summer outfits on, the cut off sleeves and shorts, the I can handle the heat type of uniform that everybody has when they're working on a job site. So we walk in there, we're getting our food, to go with whatever we had. Some of us brought lunches, and some of us have to go to the store every day. So we're up there at the counter. I'm up there checking out, getting everything done, and about that time, a state trooper pulls in, and we didn't think anything about it. I didn't notice it really. I just, hey, what's going on? I walked back to the truck. And we're sitting in there and looking around. Hey, where's Bob? He didn't come back out of the store. Well, we figure he's probably wandered out back behind the station. He was one of those people. He taking a five all the time. He was one of those 2 packs a day guys. If you know what I'm saying. So we just get in the truck, kind of wait for him, eat our sandwiches and whatnot. 5 minutes go by. 10 minutes go by, still no Bob. I mean, we have to get back. We only have, about 30 to 45 minutes to get back to the job site. We're sitting there, and finally the state trooper finally walks out, gets in his car, cranks it up, and drives off. Then we notice, here comes Bob out of the store. He came from the back, where they have the beer coolers and everything, the walk-in refrigerator. Turns out he was in there acting like he was stocking all the beer up there, trying to hide from the police officer. So he jumps in the truck. Now it is 90 degrees outside. It's pretty warm. And he's sitting there and his teeth are chattering like he's a chipmunk that's done had 3 cups of coffee on a moon pie.
Moon pie. What a time to be alive.
He said, "Man, I'm glad that cop finally left." I said, "Dude, that cop ain't worried about you. He walked out of there with a bag full of donuts. He's trying to get back on the road. He don't care what you're doing. What is wrong with you?" What? I ain't taking no chances. There was this guy at our plant where I worked. He came flying through the parking lot. This is back before we had it paved. It looked like a Dukes of Hazzard chase scene. He's fishtailing, throwing gravel everywhere. He pulls up to the parking place, jumps out of the car, runs really fast into the plant. He goes running by everybody, goes straight to the time clock, clocks in, and then really casually walks to his machine and acts like nothing's wrong. About a minute later, 2 police cars pull up. The cops kind of walk into the plant. They go straight by the time clock and find their supervisor. They walk up to the machine where this guy's working. He's kind of crouched down like he's lost a hide and go seek match or something. They just handcuff him and escort him right out of the freaking building. I mean, this guy's literally running from the law to work, going to work, running from the law. I mean, who does that? I guess he's like, well, I may be going to jail, but I ain't missing none of my PTO time. We were breaking a house in a newly developed subdivision, and I believe it was on the end of a cul-de-sac. There wasn't many houses built at the time. It's just a regular old job, no big deal. Had about 3 or 4 people over there working. One of our longtime helpers was named Doodle. Yes, that was his real name, Doodle. He's one of the best helpers we ever had. But he was one of those kind of shady, interesting type people. One of those people makes you want to check your lunchbox every now and then because he's a good worker, but you just don't know about him. You've been around people like that, I'm sure. Well, one day we were there working, and a couple of police officers walked up. They wanted to talk to us, and they wanted to see if we'd seen anybody run through this area because apparently there was a hit and run, and someone took off on foot, and they wanted to know if we'd seen anything unusual. So we talked to them for a little while, and they said, "Oh, thank you," and then they left. A minute later, we look up and Doodles. We have a barrel that we have water in that we used to make mortar mix, and he slowly raises his head out of the barrel, water dripping off of him, off his mustache, looks around and said, "Are they gone?" Something came over me. I couldn't help myself. I said, "No, Doodle, they're coming back." As soon as I say that, he all of a sudden disappears back into the barrel like he's a prairie dog that spotted the hawk.
Who is kicking my can?
Oh, hi, Grouchy.
Do you have any crazy stories about people being goofy, hiding from the law, or being chased by the police? Post them in the comments. Y'all have a nice day.